The New York Giants are an absolute shambles. You got the entire fan base rooting for them to lose. You have the front office and coaching staff look like they don't have a clue what they're doing. And we have airplanes flying across MetLife Stadium with a message to John Mara. Whew! What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. And man, the clown show keeps going on. I know it takes me a while to make these videos. As you guys know, if you guys have been part of this channel for years now, you guys know when it comes to December time, for the past 5 years, it takes a while for me to make videos because of my day job. Because of my day job, it's hard for me to do my extracurriculars like this one. But, you know, once December goes away, we'll be back on track. And of course, I am starting to make my list of scouting, and I want to get a early mock draft for the Giants together. I've never done a mock draft this early for the Giants. I actually want to do that, so that's going to take a little bit of time. So I apologize for all that. But before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like button and also check out BetUS. They're sponsoring the channel this season. You guys know that already. Go ahead and check out BetUS for a 150% sign-up bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit. Your second and third are 125%. Make sure you guys take advantage of this deal using the promo code YouTube150 on BetUS. And thank you to them for sponsoring the channel. All right, so, I mean, again, there is absolute no point of talking about the game itself that was played. I just thought it was insanely hilarious fashion that the Giants, how they lost it. They were literally 3 points off from tying and going overtime. Like, how many teams do you see score 11 points? And it just so happened that the Saints had 14 points. So obviously, you do the math, 3 points would have got them the field goal and probably sent it to overtime. And of course, it gets blocked. I mean, it's just typical fashion. It just seems like the football gods are just finding ways for the Giants to lose. Maybe they're favoring us in a way. The Giants are winning by losing. Now, I saw a lot of people really complaining. I don't get the fan base. I don't understand it. I was convinced, right? And first of all, where are my lights? Light number 1. Hold on. That's my first blue light. Second blue light. All right, we need the ambiance over here. We need something. But let me get this straight, okay? I was convinced this season that tanking was a good thing, right? Because this is the first season ever as a fan of the New York Giants, as a fan of any team, okay? I've never rooted to lose, okay? Obviously, there's an incentive. There's a loophole, right, when it comes to professional sports like the NFL, where the worst teams, the worst record, get the highest draft pick. And of course, you know, there are a lot of people that are not on board with it because you just want to try to establish a winning culture. But I was convinced this season by a lot of the fan base that it is in the best interest to lose these games. Because why? I learned my lesson. Well, it's not like I had any impact or any of us had any impact in how the Giants, you know, finished their games. But I learned my lesson last year when it came to Tommy DeVito winning those 3 straight games. Because although in the moment, was I excited? Sure. The Giants are showing some resilience. They're showing the fact that they can face adversity, you know, with a undrafted free agent quarterback. Tommy Cutlets, the memes were everywhere. And, you know, getting those 3 wins felt good in the moment, right? But what did that really mean? It was meaningless. Like, nobody even talks about those 3 wins because there's nothing to talk about. The Giants won those 3 straight games. They got themselves to 6 wins. They overachieved for what they were, how they were as a team last season. They quite honestly overachieved, right? And they found themselves with the 6th overall pick in the draft, really wanting a quarterback. We saw that in Hard Knocks. Really wanting a quarterback. The Giants just weren't able to get their guy. Now, could they have gotten a Michael Penix, J.J. McCarthy, even Bo Nix, who's been playing well this year? Sure. But I don't blame them for not just drafting any quarterback. You have to have conviction for your guy. You have to have conviction in the quarterback that you're taking because unlike any other position, you need to be absolutely bought into that player at that position, at the quarterback position. You can willy-nilly draft the running back. You can willy-nilly draft the cornerback. You can willy-nilly draft any position. But when it comes to the quarterback position, you draft the wrong one, you set your franchise back, okay? And they weren't sold on those other 3 quarterbacks. Now, the first 3, they would have pulled the trigger on, right? They really loved Jaden Daniels. They really loved Drake May. Caleb Williams wasn't going to be an option. He was going number 1 no matter what. But the Giants tried to push because they won all those games, right? Those 6 games. They got to the 6th overall pick, and they found themselves out of the running for the player that they really wanted. I feel like I learned my lesson this year, where it's like, why win these games? Well, we already lost to the Carolina Panthers. Why are we rooting to beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving? Why are we rooting to beat the Saints, who are a terrible team as well? Like, what pride does that give you, beating a terrible team? You know? I don't think the Giants are as bad as they are. They have a lot of injuries, and I honestly think they're tanking. That is my opinion. You guys can attack me in the comments. I've already got enough comments about it. I really do think the Giants are tanking. Just by the track record that the Giants have had in the past 2 years with Brian Daboll, they've overachieved every single year. Now they're supremely underachieving. I don't think this team is that bad as the record shows and as the play goes. If you watch these games, it really looks like this is a team that is not focused on winning, you know? So, I'm just saying that why is it the people, the same individuals that kind of indirectly convince me that tanking is a good thing, why are these the same people that are like crapping on the Giants for what they're putting on the field, like getting supremely upset? I'm seeing it on Twitter. I'm seeing it on YouTube. Why are you guys getting upset? This is what we wanted. Like, do you guys just want to complain just to complain? Like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm watching these games, and this is the first time where I was like, good, they missed the kick. We're gonna lose the game. Yeah, I was getting a little worried when it came to Malik Neighbors catching that 2-point conversion. But you know, I'm good. I'm good. I got a good laugh at, you know, the airplane flying across MetLife Stadium saying, please, Mr. Mayor, please fix this dumpster fire or something like that, whatever it was. I got a good laugh at it because things can only get better if it gets worse. When you hit rock bottom, the only place you can go is up. And we can't afford as a franchise, because for so long as a franchise, this is why this team has been so terrible for so long, is because we've always prided ourselves in being the best that we can be, even if we are at our worst. And I guess if it was like a movie theme or some sort of motivational speech, I guess that can be encouraging, right? But if you look at it, the Giants have always been not the worst, but nowhere close to good. Like, they've always been sort of the best of the worst. And that's why they've been completely stagnant. You just gotta be the worst. Just be the worst. Go get your picks and work on it from there. I don't think you guys should be upset. I'm loving right now that the Giants are hitting rock bottom, because MetLife, the tickets at MetLife hit $1 against the Saints. $1. Pretty soon they're gonna start paying people to watch the game over there in MetLife. Okay, $1. There was nobody in attendance. It looked like an XFL game. This is what needs to happen for the Giants to change. This is what needs to happen for ownership to get their head out of their ass. Okay, for those of you guys that really want ownership to step up and do something, for the front office to step up and do something, if you completely have their back no matter what, no matter how bad this franchise looks, they're not going to change. They're not going to change. It's not like a high school football team where the parents are like, oh, it's okay, so I got your back no matter what. We're going through some adversity. It's different than that. This is the business. This is a business. And this is the NFL. This is the best of the best, the elite of the elite. And once the fans, because everything's rooted in money, once the fans stop watching, once the fans stop paying, once the fans show their I guess you could say their disappointment and their anguish with their pockets and their wallet, then they'll start to really make the drastic changes. So we'll see what happens, but I'm really confused why you guys are all upset. I'm really. It's the same guys. It's the same guys that wanted to tank in the first place this season, wanted to lose as many games as possible, saying, oh my god, this franchise is so bad. Did you see this play? Oh my god, these guys are so bad. Oh, Brian Dable. If they're actually tanking, then they're doing exactly what you wanted them to do. I mean, I don't even understand why you guys are getting upset. But that's neither here nor there. And to address a certain content creator, I watched this video recently on the whole tanking thing and crapping on other content creators and fans that want to tank and want to lose, that they're losers. I had the same mindset literally not too long ago. But if you see how the games are going on right now, I don't care to win them right now. Now, he mentioned how the worst team he's ever watched was the Giants back in 2003, and they got all the way up to the 4th overall pick. Now, it wasn't the 1st overall pick, but the 4th overall pick, and they selected Eli Manning. And in the same breath, he was saying how one player, meaning either Cam Ward or Shadur Sanders, won't be able to change it all. Is not going to be the guy to fix this franchise. And I agree. And Eli Manning wasn't even that guy to fix the whole entire franchise either. But Eli Manning was the first step in doing so. That's what I think a lot of people are really missing out on. The point that they're missing out on is the first step is to get yourself a quarterback. Like I said when we got rid of Daniel Jones, was he the problem? Main problem what's going on? No. But I think that the first step of resetting your franchise and trying to build from the ground up is to get rid of the quarterback and get yourself a franchise quarterback. The first step was to get rid of Daniel Jones. Not saying he was the only problem or, the main problem, but the entire franchise needs to be reset. That doesn't mean you fire the coach before you get rid of the quarterback. The quarterback is making boatloads of money right now, and it was in the best interest to get the ship rolling and just get rid of Daniel Jones first so we could find our next quarterback and move on from there. What he did was kind of make our argument for us, and he didn't even know it. Okay? Eli Manning, back when he was drafted and, traded to us, whatever, in 2004, was he the be-all, end-all solution to the New York Giants problem? No. That you had to build the team. But was he a intricate part of getting that ship moving to eventually win 2 Super Bowls? Yes. Yes, he is the quarterback, the most important position in all of sports. Yes, getting Eli Manning was the first step in changing this franchise around for the better, and we started winning. Things started going. Because before that, we were working with Kerry Collins for a couple years. So my philosophy going into this season is get the quarterback with the highest pick you can so you can't say that you missed out on your guy. I don't want the Giants to go into another season saying, our guy already got taken, we got to go in another direction, or we got to trade back. I want them to get the guy that they're convicted to get. Whether that be Joe Shane and Brian Dable or not, I don't care. Whoever is in the front office, whoever is the head coach, I want them to get their guy and not say, well, my guy was taken, let's go to the second best guy, or trade down and get a guy and get draft picks and get a guy that was like 10th on our board. I want them to get the guy they feel like is the best player for them in this draft, and that would be with the number 1 overall pick. And on top of that, people are so focused on the number 1 overall pick. I don't think you guys are getting it. There are 7 rounds in an NFL draft. Now, not all of them you'll get the same order, but you'll get the first pick in the first round, the first pick in the second round, the first pick in the third round, and then you start to get with all the compensational picks in the 4th round, 5th round, whatever, right? That the order always gets mixed up there. But you'll have priority in all of those major rounds, all of the early rounds. You don't just focus on the first overall pick. Now you have the first, second overall pick, and you could even trade down into the mid-second round, acquire 2 second-round picks with that, and do what you got to do from there. Everybody thinks that we just want to tank for Shadur, that we just want to tank for Cam Ward. You can do a lot by being the worst team in the NFL. You can get a lot. You can use that second round pick, and you're close enough to even trade back into the first if you need to, or trade down, acquire more picks. That second round pick, second round pick in the draft is still valuable, still highly valuable. That 33rd overall pick is still highly valuable. So that's all I got to say on it, guys. The tank tour continues. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Yeah, this is the state of the franchise right now. I actually just talked to on one of my routes. As you guys know, I'm a mailman. I saw somebody with a Giants hat on, and I was like, "Oh, you a Giants fan too?" He's like, "Yeah, man. Tell me about it." I'm like, "Yeah, this is the state that we're in right now." He's like, "Yeah, man. All I can hope for is that we lose the rest of it." I'm like, "Same here. I mean, this is the state of our fan base right now. We gotta hope to lose all these games to try to get the best players that we can in this draft and build from there. And this is the state of our franchise. It is what it is. There's no point of rooting for any more wins in the season. Like, are you gonna remember with the 2-11 New York Giants? Are you gonna remember the win against Atlanta? Are you gonna remember the win against Indianapolis or the Eagles' last game of the season? I don't even know who else we play. I'm missing one other team, I think. But are you gonna remember those games? If we win one of those games and it takes us out of the player that the Giants want, and maybe even the Giants would be helped by it, by that player, and we miss out on them, I mean, what? You're gonna sacrifice a random win versus Indianapolis, a random win versus Philly last game of the season when they're probably gonna be benching all their starters, for what? For what? So, that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring this video. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Woo!